Technique number 19 for the Orange Belt Kenpo Karate for Christ curriculum is a repeating mace. Repeating mace, we're going to go back to the push family. So with the last technique, obstructing the storm again, we went through all the families of the types of attack. And in this level, you've seen them twice, of course, except our 10th one, which is the multiple attack or multiple attackers. We won't introduce that till later. Now that we've finished with those clubs, we have 2 techniques left to use. So we're going back to the next one in line here would be a push technique. Because last time when we had a 10th technique, we went back and did another grab technique with sword and hammer. Now we have an extra one. We're going to go back to a push technique. And that's going to be repeated mace. So repeated mace is a left push. And it's a direct push straight to the middle of the body here. So you had a right push earlier with triggered salute directly in to the left side. And now we're using the left, but it's a little bit more center mass. It's not the opposite of triggered salute, which would be to push to the opposite side here. It could still work. Technique could still work even if they're pushing to this side. But classically it's taught with a left center line push. So right to the middle of the body here. Now to get out of the way with this one, I'm going to use that rear cross idea. Remember back when we did dancer, we utilized this rear cross with the right. Now we're using this rear cross with the left this time. And just like with dancer where we rear cross and then we unwind, I'm going to do the same thing here. Rear cross, and then I'm going to unwind my position from that twist stance into the right neutral bow, kind of facing that diagonal, that front left diagonal corner there. Now as that happens with the push, I want to sweep that out of the way with a vertical outward, it's not really a vertical outward block. I'm going to open my hand and use, if my hand were open as if to catch the rain as it falls here, I want to hook with the back of the wrist. I'm going to use the back of the wrist to actually hook their arm out of the way. So as they push with the left, we hook with this left arm and step with the left foot all at the same time. And that's step 1. And then turn and grab with the left hand, unwinding the stance there. So again, they push, we rear cross and we hook. We're going to grab, and now as I unwind, my right hand is going to hammer fist. And I'm going to come through the back side of the ribs as I hit with that right arm there. Hitting that left side, back of the ribs, and then I'm going to immediately come back with a back fist to the abdomen. So I go in, out, and that's where repeating mace gets its name. In, and then it repeats quickly, come with that outward back fist. So far we have rear cross, hook and grab, hammer fist going through the ribs, back fist to the stomach. Now this technique finishes with a low snapping side kick to the knee. Now be careful as you're practicing this. Be careful with your instructors, be careful with your friends as you're training this. This technique in the history of Kenpo used to be taught this way, but then they changed that last move from a side kick to a low wheel kick to the back of the leg. And the reason they did that is because people were getting their knees shot out by other people practicing this. They kept getting slammed in the knee with that side kick. I want to keep the side kick. I like the side kick. I think self-defense-wise it's excellent. Side kick to the knee, which we've seen several times. And we talked back in Locking Horns about the groin being a primary target. Well, the knees are a secondary target. They won't give you the same guarantee of a reaction, but that's why we use them so much. They're a great target. It's easy to kick somebody in the knees and do a lot of damage. And then they can't walk on the legs, so they can't chase after you if you've got to make a break for it and run. So as you practice this, be careful. Don't blast whoever you're training with this side kick to the knee. Go gently with it. Just kind of extend and make contact, but don't push through because you can injure each other. And the way this technique used to be taught was changed for that very reason. Instructors were getting injured because of this technique, so they changed it to a roundhouse kick behind the knee, which can still work, but it won't have the same reaction there. It's not quite as devastating. So again, they push, we hook, we're grabbing, hammer fist through the rib cage, back fist coming back to the stomach, and then I'm doing a side kick low to their knee, to the left knee, the front foot there. And that that's repeated Mace. That's number 19 in the Orange Belt curriculum.